Watch, Cruz's newest dance cover of Side to Side by Ariana Grande. Cruz once again makes a noise of her newest dance cover. She decided to dance to the tune of Side to Side by Ariana Grande together with her backup dancers known as SB Newgen. It can be remembered that Ella started as an actress on the television screen, whose also dance covers have gone viral on the internet like Twerk like Miley, Dessert, etc. Recently she opened her own dance school, the EC Dance Studio. She is also currently enrolled at the Fashion Institute of the Philippines, where she is taking up courses in fashion design and pattern making. Netizens love her new dance cover, where it was viewed more than 446,000 times. But the most noticed is her backup dancers, which have strange beauty. When the backup dancers are better and prettier than the main dancer. Commented by one netizen, invite you to watch the video. Former matinee idol Marc Fernandez arrested. 1 kilo of marijuana found in his possession in Pampanga. Following the arrest of sexy star Krista Miller last Friday night at Valenzuela City in a police buy-bust operation, another former matinee idol has been arrested last night, October 3, 2016. Marc Fernandez was nabbed by the policeman possessing a kilo of marijuana worth at least $15,000. He is currently detained at the Station 6 of the Angela City Police. Fernandez is the son of the late veteran actor Rudy Fernandez with former Paranaque City Councilor who ran for Senate last elections, Alma Moreno. He has a history of drug use and even volunteered to enter Bikiding Rehabilitation Center in 2004. He made a comeback in showbiz 6 months after. According to Chief INSP Francisco Guevara, Fernandez tried to run away from a checkpoint which compelled the police to chase him down. They were forced to shoot Fernandez's car tire and was arrested at San Fernando. However, Fernandez denied the abuse of the said substance and claimed that he uses them for medication to prevent cancer. He also said that the confiscated marijuana from him was his 1-year supply. Invite you to watch the video. Senator de Lima walks out of Senate hearing, again. Senator Sonny Angara wasn't wrong when he tweeted 17th Congress setting a record for walkouts and heated exchanges after Senator Leila de Lima once again walks out of the committee hearing following a heated exchange with the new committee chairperson Senator Dick Gordon. The recent hearing for the alleged extrajudicial killing extended up to over 12 hours, which focused on the alleged Davao Death Squad, DDS, yesterday, October 3. It was Senator Leila de Lima who presented the witness identified as Edgar Matabato, who claims to be a former hitman and a member of the DDS. However, after a series of testimonies from Matabato, his kidnapping case was never brought up. This refers to the 2000 kidnapping and murder case of Salim Macdam, which was filed by Macdam's wife against Matabato. Gordon then accused de Lima of material concealment, pointing out that this was very strong piece of vital information. De Lima demanded an apology from Gordon, saying, "So where is the material concealment on the part of Senator de Lima? It pains me to be accused of material concealment." But Gordon replied with a quip, "Don't melt down, you're melting down. Since no apology is forthcoming, I'm walking out." She then did after gathering her belongings. Gordon then stated that it was an act of cowardice to walk out in a calm meeting. Meanwhile, the issue of whether or not Matabato should attend the next hearing is yet to be resolved. Invite you to watch the video. 1 million call center employees to be affected if Duterte cut ties with us, says Lacson. Almost up to 1 million Filipino call center agents and employees in the business process management (BPM) industry are under the threat of losing their job if President Rodrigo Duterte continues to sever the diplomatic relation of the PH with the United States, U.S., based on the recent reports of a Banti. Senator Lacson said it might be the biggest sector to be affected if Duterte pursues to cut our ties with one of our biggest allies. The industry was also able to contribute $18 billion in our economy, serving as one of the biggest source of income for the country's citizens next to being an overseas Filipino worker, OFW. If Duterte decides to build ties with either Russia or China and lose U.S. diplomatic relations, Filipino call center agents might have difficulty learning Russian or Chinese, making coping difficult, Lacson emphasized. Due to these sentiments, Laxon calls out to the president's advisor in an attempt to shake them into advising Duterte that his choice to cut off USSR ally may not be the best for Philippines. However, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, one of the most noted supporters of the president, has once again expressed his confidence in the independent foreign policy of the current administration in building more allies and no enemy. "The president is a genius," said Cayetano in an interview. Invite you to watch the video. Gunmen rob Kim K of millions in Paris. Armed robbers forced their way early Monday into a private Paris residence where Kim Kardashian West was staying, tied her up and locked her in a bathroom before making off with more than $10 million worth of jewelry, police officials said. A spokeswoman for Kardashian West said the reality TV star, who was in Paris attending Fashion Week shows, was badly shaken but physically unharmed. Police said she left Paris Monday morning. A Paris police official said 5 assailants, who were still at large, stole a jewelry box containing valuables worth €6 million, $6.7 million, as well as a ring worth €4 million, $4.5 million. In a message to the Associated Press, the Paris prosecutor's office said that only 2 of the 5 suspects forced their way into the apartment. Police said the thieves entered the 19th-century luxury residence in Paris' chic 8th district after the concierge let them in. Handcuffed and at gunpoint, he led them to the starlet's flat. 2 police officials said the robbers tied up Kardashian West and locked her in the bathroom before escaping on bikes. They were not authorized to be publicly named, speaking about ongoing investigations. It's unclear whether the couple's 2 children, 3-year-old daughter North and 10-month-old son Saint, were with Kardashian West when the robbery happened. Police said the actress' family was placed under police protection at the George V Hotel. Headlines, article Marc, page match, 1, section match, 1, her husband, Kanye West, abruptly ended his performance at the Meadows Music and Arts Festival in New York on Sunday night. "I'm sorry, family emergency, I have to stop the show," West told the audience. With France under a state of emergency following extremist attacks that left more than 200 people dead in the last 20 months, news of the robbery immediately sparked criticism from political opponents of the socialist government. Nathalie Kosciusko-Morizet, a right-wing member of the Paris Council and a potential candidate in next year's presidential election, said the robbery was proof that there is a general emergency on security in the French capital. "Regardless of all the very expensive advertising we do to promote I Love Paris, tourism and the image of Paris, all these ads have been brutally cancelled by the Kim Kardashian case," Kosciusko-Morizet told Europe 1 Radio. Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo, a close ally of Socialist President François Hollande, condemned the assault and said Kardashian West will always be welcome in Paris. Hidalgo said she is confident police will quickly identify and arrest the suspects and that the incident in no way calls into question police work or security of public space in Paris. Invite you to watch the video. Trump suggests military members with mental health issues aren't strong and can't handle it. Donald Trump told the group of military veterans on Monday that some members of the military develop mental health issues because they are not strong and can't handle it. "When you talk about the mental health problems, when people come back from war and combat, they see things that maybe a lot of the folks in this room have seen many times over. And you're strong and you can handle it, but a lot of people can't handle it," the Republican presidential nominee told an audience of military veterans at an event in Northern Virginia on Monday morning. "And they see horror stories, they see events that you couldn't see in a movie, nobody would believe it." Mental health advocates have been trying for decades to destigmatize depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and other issues in hopes of empowering people to not be afraid to seek medical help. The stigma surrounding mental health has been especially difficult to fight in the military, where many service members think that they should handle these issues on their own and that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Suicide has become an epidemic among veterans, and more than 20 end their lives each day. Trump said these suicides often occur because veterans are not able to quickly make an appointment for what could be a simple procedure, a simple prescription. Trump's campaign defended the candidate's comments and accused the media of taking his words out of context. the media continues to operate as the propaganda arm of Hillary Clinton as they took Mr. Trump's words out of context in order to deceive voters and veterans, an appalling act that shows they are willing to go to any length to carry water for their candidate of choice. Retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, one of Trump's top advisers, said in a statement. Mr. Trump was highlighting the challenges veterans face when returning home after serving their country. Marine Staff Sergeant Chad Robichaud, whose question Trump was answering in his remarks, issued a statement after the event calling it sickening that anyone would twist Mr. Trump's comments. Robichaud, who suffered from PTSD, added, "I took his comments to be thoughtful and understanding of the struggles many veterans have." Monday's town hall-style event in Herndon, Virginia, was hosted by a political action group called Retired American Warriors. Trump gave prepared remarks and then fielded questions from the friendly audience. One combat veteran asked Trump what he would do to end the social engineering in the military, which now allows women and transgender people to serve. Trump agreed that the military has become too politically correct and said he would follow the recommendations of top military leaders. "We have a politically correct military, and it's getting more and more politically correct every day," said Trump, who received 5 draft deferments during the Vietnam War. "And a lot of the great people in this room don't even understand how it's possible to do that. And that's through intelligence, not through ignorance, believe me, because some of the things that they're asking you to do and be politically correct about are ridiculous." Trump's comments came during his first campaign event since new revelations about his personal taxes, which have drawn intense scrutiny, but he did not mention the New York Times report on Saturday that said he declared a loss of $916 million on his 1995 income tax returns, which could have enabled him to avoid paying federal income taxes for 18 years. Instead, Trump continued to criticize Democratic rival Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server as Secretary of State and laid out his plan to counter the threat of cyber attacks, an issue that came up during the presidential debate last week, although he struggled to provide a clear answer. Hillary Clinton's only experience in cybersecurity involved her criminal scheme to violate federal law, Trump said, referencing Clinton's emails. A Justice Department criminal investigation of Clinton's email practices resulted in no charges against her. Trump said the threat of cyber attacks from the governments of countries such as China, North Korea and Russia constitutes one of our most critical national security concerns. As president, Trump said, he would promptly commission a review of cyber defenses and weaknesses and ensure that the issue is a high priority. However, Trump has sent mixed messages about safeguarding against online attacks from foreign intruders. During the summer, he called on Russia to hack Clinton's emails in hopes of recovering the ones that she said were personal and deleted. "Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press," Trump said in July. Trump said those who violate rules governing classified information should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And he claimed that lately, "We're more interested in protecting the criminals than making sure we're strong and powerful." Trump added, "I think we need to go back to a little more old-fashioned method of thinking." With about 5 weeks left until the election, Trump is trying to recover from a bruising few days. In addition to new attention on his taxes, his performance in his first debate against Clinton was viewed as weak, polling shows, and he continued to engage in personal feuds that many Republicans deemed counterproductive. At Monday's event, Trump repeated some positions he has emphasized earlier in his campaign, including the need for authorities to engage in profiling to guard against the threat of terrorism. He also railed against political correctness and vowed to protect religious liberty.